How about this one? Toxic men got our team fired. Oh, it's my favorite. It's my favorite topic.
Yesterday,
right here.
we talked about the news of
By Hero Hei.
compulsion games being shut down. The devs behind the game South of Midnight.
Oh.
And in particular, their community manager, who made a number of disparaging remarks, hating on men and hating on Asian people. Really, she seems to hate everyone that's not black, essentially. So we talked about all that yesterday.
Many such
and how
cases.
that person, that community manager, was even talking about how terrible the gaming community is and how she hates the gaming community and she hates gamers, but that she's quote unquote not going anywhere. And then fast forward like a year later, and well, it seems like she is going somewhere, out the door, because again,
nice.
Studio's getting packed
Get the fuck
up.
out of
More
here.
context into this absolutely pathetic community manager. Consider watching yesterday's video if you missed it. I will
Dude,
link it in the
it's
description
so
for
it's so
ya.
fucking
We're
annoying,
here today
dude. It's so fucking annoying. It's like every time they're like, we hate gamers and we hate white people and we only like people that are minorities, and then nobody plays the game and they're like, why won't you play my game? It's happened so many times, man.
Talk about the modern audience reacting to yesterday's news regarding
Like every
compulsion
time.
games. Because they're freaking out, dodging any accountability, blaming everything
It's everyone
except those who
else's
truly
fault.
are responsible. For example, check this out. Tweet says, Xbox is reportedly planning to shut down compulsion games South of Midnight. Back in April, Chief Layoff Officer Matt Booty praised the studio for winning a Peabody Award. And then they went on to say, the same OP here went on to say, as always, screw Microsoft for killing another talented team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yep,
Oh yeah,
it's all
so
Microsoft's
talented, bro.
fault.
So talented. This got responses like it was a mid-game and they had 7 dang years to make it, lol. Maybe your actions have consequences. They killed themselves if true, FYI, and maybe don't waste 7 years making something nobody wants to play. Yeah, by the way, if you didn't check out the SteamDB chart or yesterday's video,
It's so
the peak
fucking
player
annoying,
count, according to my
dude.
recollection, was 1438, which was funny because it was really
Yeah. Let me explain something about, and you know, this is probably why they hate capitalism so much. But let me explain to you a little mechanic in capitalism. Okay, guys, you guys ready? It goes like this: you have to make a thing that people actually like, that people value, and then you get money. I know. What? What do you mean people have to like it? What? Capitalism's the worst.
similar to 1348 ex voto, you know, flip around the 3 and 4 like I said yesterday, little bit of an Easter egg, so to speak. Aside from that though, excuse me, it's also funny just because it's funny. That aside. Anyways, it gets worse, or well, worse for them, more amusing for us, because that takes us to this absolute gem of a coat
Which is funny because they'll say that and then they'll say like the they'll say that at the same time while being like, you're a Nazi, right? It's fucking hilarious. It's because guys, their entire angle is you should pay us unwillingly to give you what you don't want, which is like, so hold on, you want to use authority in order to force us to pay for things that we don't like so that you can shove it down our throats, even though nobody wants it. That's what they want. Like, if you think about it, that's the world that they want.
Post responding to the one that we just read. This person says, apparently there's no worse fate at Xbox than becoming an award-winning studio. It's ridiculous that such success can still be met with a kick out the door. What's ridiculous is that you care about a Peabody Award, dude. That doesn't mean anything. Oh my gosh. Wow, guys, they got a Peabody Award. It must be a great success. No, it's a worthless award that amounted to literally nothing. That's what it means, nothing. What makes it better is that tweet actually got 5,200 likes. Can you imagine? There's like 5,200 people that are like, wow, that's so true. How can you win a Peabody Award and then get shut down? As if the player count numbers don't matter and the sales don't matter. Hey, they got a Peabody Award, so it must be great.
What is that anyway? What is a Peabody Award? Hold on. Like I know like there's degenerate people that pee on people's bodies for free. So what is that? Prestigious honor of electronic media. Broadcasting equivalent of Pulitzer Prize. So it's a Pulitzer Prize for electronic media. So television, streams, radio, documentary, news, entertainment, arts.
Hey. Yeah.
Thank you again for the 100, by the way. I am ready for many things. I was not ready for getting peeing on bodies.
No, it's not how that works. Check out the responses they got, though. The awards that gamers need to win are all related to player numbers, game sales, ROI, return on investment. Everything else is a quote-unquote participation prize.
That's true, yeah.
They give awards to terrible, woke games that don't sell. So yeah, awards are a great metric.
Hey, True, thanks for the 1,000, man. You mean revenue must exceed expenses to justify continued investment? No, that's Nazi talk, dude, for real.
They give awards to terrible...
Dude, like, isn't it crazy, like, how removed from reality these people are? Like, how removed from the reality of everyday people that these people are. It's actually so crazy.
Quote-unquote participation prize. They give awards to terrible woke games that don't sell.
About
so
time,
yeah,
dude,
awards
for
are
real.
a great metric to choose who to shut down. Such success. Player count 1438 all-time peak.
Jeez.
Because the awards are determined by a small ecosystem of ideologically aligned industry people patting themselves on the back. And these studios keep catering.
Yeah, right. Like they give themselves an award, and they're like, oh, "How could we be unsuccessful? We got an award that they, that they give to their own people." And they're like, "How could our studio get shut down?"
To niche audiences will not buy enough product to keep the company afloat. I ticked the most DI box.
It was the Peabody Award, eminency.
Awards don't pay the devs salaries. What makes it even crazier is South of Midnight apparently had $100 million budget for development and marketing.
Holy fuck.
$100 million budget.
Guys, AI. These people are scared of AI because it is going to blow up their assholes. Like, actually, like, because if it wasn't for all of this money, right? Like, once all of this money is into factor, like all of these millions of dollars of investors and DEI and bullshit, with AI, that stuff's going to matter less and less and less. And it's going to put more capability into the hands of everyday people that love games. No more of this shit,
For that game, guys, if you've seen the gameplay for this, let me just say, numbers are not adding up. I've seen worse games. I'm not saying it's the worst looking game ever. There's definitely worse looking games, but it does not look like a game that $100 million went into. And you see this all the time in the industry. There's massively inflated budgets on games that you could tell don't look like it would cost 1/10 of the budget. And even that's being generous by saying 1/10.
Let me tell you another secret. Okay, guys? You want to know why? It's because these people are incredibly inefficient. Like these, especially like woke people. Like there's something about woke people that they're just bad at like making anything. And you can tell this because if you look at half of them on X, that's all they do is fucking post over and over and over again. They don't actually make anything. They don't do anything. Like they don't create anything that anybody cares about or wants.
It all reeks of like massive corruption, nepotism, cronyism, corruption. And then the modern audience wants to tell us that we're supposed to feel back.
I freaking love Adam Carolla, dude. I read his book a long time ago. Like the what was it? In 50 years we'll all be chicks and I'm your emotional support animal. Yeah, this dude called it, by the way, like so long ago. Like look at this shit. When did that book come out? Yeah, look at this. 15 years ago.
Yeah.
This was 15 years ago.
He's a
little bit, he's a little bit, he was a little bit too generous with his thoughts on that one.
Adam Carolla censored.
LA is a group of lethargic, retarded. It's holes and potholes. We're totally. I'm doing this math.
Catch Adam Carolla uncensored this Tuesday on Reason TV.
Okay, does that explain it for you, chat? Like, does that explain it? Like, when you hear that, like, do you get it now? Do you get why it's a good book? Yeah, it's amazing, actually. And again, this is like 15 years ago. Like, you gotta think about, like, look at the time on there. This is 15 years ago. Like, this guy's been ranting about this shit for like way longer than other people. You know, it's fucking great. Oh my god! And this moment right here, this moment was huge. You guys know about this one?
I want everybody to plan. Look down the road 6 months.
Oh my
yes,
god,
your
dude!
husband lost
This was
his job.
in 13. Okay, guys, 13.
That's why you need to sock away some money when he's gainfully employed. Yes, they foreclosed on your home. That's why you need to have a network, a community, friends, family members, money put away.
I got it, but think about it,
Don't
Adam,
have the
half,
kids.
Half of African Americans in the state of California, roughly half of Latino families, have no access to a checking account or an ATM. Things we take for granted. They don't have a check.
What's wrong with them?
And well, because they don't have the.
Oh my god. Dude, I fucking love Adam Carolla, dude. What a legend, dude. What a legend.
ATM. In the state of California, roughly half of Latino families have no access to a checking account or an ATM. Things we take for granted. They don't have a checking account.
What's wrong with them?
And well, because they don't have the resources to sock those things away.
Why do we have them?
A lot of different reasons, but roughly half those families don't. Where
Why do Armenians have them?
But where they end up is in check cashing places.
But I want to know why those
lenders
groups. Why those two groups don't have access?
Well, a lot of it just happens to be that we can talk about.
Flawed?
This. No, they're hardly flawed, but they're struggling.
Genetically
Folks are making
flawed.
their word. Hardly, not absolutely.
But okay,
not.
do Asians have this problem?
I mean, a lot of communities have. A lot of whites have these problems.
Oh,
but
so that's not just black and Hispanic.
No, but I'm
why did you
giving
bring up black and Hispanic?
Because the magnitude is ominous.
But why so many of them?
It just happens to be the magnitude.
That's the way God planned it?
Not at all.
Well, what happened to them?
There are a lot of issues, and that the communities are struggling. A lot
why
of new
are they
immigrants.
struggling?
A lot of different reasons. Lack of
Hispanics
opportunity.
have been here. Blacks have been here longer than we've been here.
Well, we can surmise.
What about Asians? They were put in internment camps.
Yeah, in fact, it all initiated out of San Francisco, and the Chinese Exclusion Act came out of progressive San Francisco.
Are they the check cashing
A lot of Asians certainly do.
Oh, so why don't you conclude them?
The only reason why is the magnitude.
There's
the
so
problem.
many more.
The magnitude in percentage.
But there's no way to figure out how that happened.
Africa. We could talk about it. You know what I'm dealing with? I don't want to.
Do you like how much he's crumbling under just basic questioning? Like, just the most basic of fucking questions. Like, wait a minute, what do you mean? And like he's just falling apart.
Sociological debate.
Sure, why would you?
No, here's why.
Why would you want to do that? Because the person from the Times wouldn't write good things about you if you did that.
No, that's not the case. Because I want to deal with reality. No.
You want to deal with reality.
I want to deal with the reality of people that are struggling. People are suffering. I want to deal with the problems.
You know why Adam Carolla's like this? Chat, you know why? It's because he was poor growing up in LA. That's why. Because like he knows about working, actually doing something.
Why are they struggling and suffering?
Idea. We can hold hands and surmise about all these underlying reasons.
I don't want to do that. I want to know why they're struggling. Why are they struggling?
A lot of folks are struggling because they can't find jobs.
Why blacks and
because
Hispanics?
They're working.
Why blacks and Hispanics?
Across the board, all socioeconomic.
Okay, so everybody's
struggling.
So Asians are suffering just as much as blacks.
The face of welfare is not an African American family.
So it's Asian, Jewish, it's all of them.
Caucasian. It's a lot of folks
we're all
in society.
struggling.
A lot of folks are struggling.
Okay.
For more of Adam Carolla, go to adamcarolla.com or
fucking annihilated, man. Like total annihilation. I'm telling you, this guy was ahead of the curve, man. Fucking Adam Carolla. God, I'm Nostradamus, All right, back to our original video here. Let's get back to it,
For these people, nepotism, cronyism, corruption, and then the modern audience.
Did he ever get canceled? Dude, you cannot cancel Adam Carolla. He's like uncancelable, dude. He's the guy who did the Man Show. You guys, anyone remember that? The Man Show on Comedy Central? That's him. He was with Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, that's him. Remember when Jimmy Kimmel was doing blackface? Yeah. That was from that era. Christian the Foxy, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you, Mochi Bird, for the 100. I still remember Adam Carolla on Loveline. Yeah, Loveline is the other thing that he was on. Yeah.
Cronyism, corruption, and then the modern audience wants to tell us that we're supposed to feel bad for these people when their corruption gets exposed and their games flop. Yeah, no, thanks. But it still gets even more hilarious from there. Check this out. Madam Savvy pointing out this DI activist, feminist person named Mel.
Success isn't okay. Okay, guys. It's not really complicated. If you make something people like, you get money because they pay you for it. It's really not complicated. They try to like overcomplicate all of this shit. It doesn't really matter like what you look like or what your race is, or you know who you want to fuck. Like none of this matters. Like if you are capable enough to do something, create something, either a service or like a physical thing or an idea or anything like that. If you're able to create anything like that other people want, you will just make money. And it's just how easy it is.
Let's just say Kishona Gray, I guess is her name. Kishona Gray, I think it says there. It's kind of hard to tell. Text is a little faded. But this person was being propped up by the activist side of the industry for a number of years. You can go back and take a look at stuff like this, for example. This is from May 6, 2025, so about a year ago. It says,
but what if they're not capable of doing anything notable? Well, you see, that's what happens when you take natural selection out of the question for many decades.
When did you first experience Southern Gothic in media?
And here's the truth, though. Like, you know, jokes aside, here's the truth. Is that people are very adaptable, even really bad people. The problem is we have set up such a situation in which people are allowed to be lazy. Like people are allowed to be lazy. People are allowed to just not do anything because they get propped up anyway by taking shit from other people, whether that's through welfare or whatever reason. They get propped up anyway, so they have no reason, right? They have no reason to adapt. I guarantee you, if you set them up in a situation, like if this was a situation of welfare, if you're on welfare, you got to eat gruel. Like you get like a fucking bag of oats, right? And as long as you're on welfare, your food is like you get a bag of oats. You don't get anything. You get a bag of fucking oats, and that's it. Then at some point they'll be like, I'm sick of eating this bag of oats, and then they're gonna go, you know, they're gonna have to figure something out or accept the bag of oats. Right now we have situations where there's people on welfare buying lobsters, right? Like you should not be able to buy lobsters on welfare. It doesn't even make sense. Like, why do we even allow that?
We spoke with the amazing Kishona Gray.
Yeah, fucking bar-ass hot dogs. Exactly, Shadi Deltani. Exactly. Oats, veggies, rice, and a bar-ass hot dog. Yep.
About why she loves the genre and how Southern Gothic themes are present in everyday lives of black folks in the South. And there she is.
We find a word to describe a thing. But I also realize
there's something funny, by the way, about the background music kind of sounding like clown Joker music, but you know, I like, but don't mind me. I'm just saying
that a lot of the Southern Gothic kind of theme is just present in the everyday lives of black Southern folks. The
reason this is funny is because Madam Savvy pointed out that later on, this person admit that they've never even played South of Midnight. Says, okay, I have a confession. I've not played this game yet, but I... Holy
fuck, man.
Will promise lol. I mean, that's just insane. I mentioned it yesterday. I mentioned how these people don't even...
Look at their name. Their name is Brown Girl Gamer Code.
Play the games that they demand. They say this stuff's so important for representation, blah, blah, blah. And then they don't even play the games. They don't even buy the games. They don't even play the games. even when they're going on camera, LARPing as if they care so much about this stuff.
Nobody wants it. No, they don't even like games. They're just trying to they're trying to infect us with their bullshit. That's all it is. They're like, "Oh, you know that thing over there, that club, I want to be in there. I want them to like us." But it's like, you have nothing to do with us. What are you doing?
We find out, of course, that they don't, and it's not surprising. Like, the finding out part's not shocking. We all know that's the case with the modern audience. That's why so many of their games flop every single year. Many modern audience games just flopping all the time. Gets even better. I found a tweet from 2018 even where they were trying to prop up Kishona Gray, and this time it's the one and only Anita Sarkeesian. She said, in response to Polygon, who wrote, "We speak with a panel of experts." Oh yeah, experts, yeah. About why many toxic men hover around the video game industry.
Who are these experts?
Classic 2018 Polygon there. And I should just say classic Polygon. Some things never change, eh? But Anita Sarkeesian said, chatted with Polygon about toxic fanboys along with some other brilliant folks. Dude, experts, brilliant folks. Who are they trying to convince? Because I'm not convinced. Folks like Carolyn Michelle, Kate Miltner, Kishona Gray, Skamali. Now, Kishona Gray, you may have noticed in the tweets we've been taking a look at, her tag is not blue anymore because her account's gone. It looks like she deleted it after people kept mocking her for being a fake DI LARPer. Well, genuine DI activist, I should say, but video game LARPer. Deletes her whole account. You know, it's too much. Reality hits. Can't face reality. The lies have fallen apart. Better delete her whole account. Here's another example. 2017, the sort of stuff she was working on. Kishona Gray studies race, gender, and deviance. Identity and new media with a particular focus in gaming. Equity in gaming. Oh, equity in gaming. That's great, huh? Wait a second. Kishona Leah Gray. Oh, did she just move to this account then? Did she like ran away to this one? But then she wasn't active on this either. So no, that's not what happened. Because this account was most recently active in 2018. The Kishona Gray one was seemingly active up until 2025. But I don't know. I guess she tried to also make a tag called Equity in Gaming. You know that's going to be some sort of complete activist nonsense. Hey, we need to talk about how important equity in gaming is. Government, give us some DI grants, yeah? Hey, BlackRock. Hey, BlackRock.
Yeah, look, they get propped up. They get propped up and they get money unfairly, and then they actually can't make anything. Then all falls apart.
You want to help our research?
This keeps happening over and over again.
Discussed in great detail here on the channel. It's a good point. We'll talk
about taking our money, by the way, our money that we pay into taxes. It's freaking ridiculous.
Out it again. Let's check it out. It says, because they hired their friends and paid them a multiple of industry average salaries, massive outlay to quote-unquote consultancy firms with quote-unquote sensitivity readers, and of course also DI component of all that. For example, how Compulsion
how's that even a job? I swear.
Inc. to help work on South of Midnight.
God, AI could not come soon enough, man. Like we need. Oh my goodness, dude! I cannot wait for like a year from now. Oh man, it's so over for these people, man.
Conspire with HR and DI departments to openly loot money from their class enemies, stockholders, while denigrating their perceived ideological enemies, gamers. Win-win for them. Imagine you had an opportunity to destroy something you hate from the inside while enriching yourselves in the process. That's what left-wing activists have been doing in every era of the entertainment industry. That's why they so hate and fear Steam, because the gaming is one area where you can still bypass the gatekeepers they have installed in publishing, movies, TV, etc., etc. Good points, and like I said, we've talked about all that in great detail on the channel numerous times. And of course, there is a bit more to it as well. They're not all like thinking the exact same thing. They don't all have like the exact same organized plot, plan, scheme, if you will. Some of them are just like that. They want to tear everything down. We've even heard Sweet Baby Inc. say that they want to burn down the games industry or something like that, according to my recollection. We covered that almost 2 years ago at this point in time, probably. But there are some of these left-wing activists that get into AAA companies like Activision Blizzard, and they don't want to tear the industry down. They just want to use their position to try and propagandize gamers, like I said, to try and like convert them to being leftists, and they want to have this really inflated salary while they do it. So those people, they don't want to burn the industry down so much as they want to change it. They want to try to change it, is what I was going to say. Others do want to just burn it all down. You know, there's a number of things going on here. All of them are corrupt, though. All of them are corrupt and pathetic and disingenuous. In other news, CD Projekt Red a couple hours ago made this tweet, basically their Pride Month tweet, and they've been getting a lot of criticism for this tweet. Now, I might do a separate short video on this, but here's a little insight, something I covered about 2 years ago in like a 30-minute long video about CD Projekt Red. In 2020, they got accused of being a transphobic company from a giant post on Reset era. And in 2021, they started launching all of this inclusivity stuff. They changed their corporate structure to start pushing things like DEI.
Wait, are you serious? Name a popular game you think is ruined by what you think is DEI.
Which is the inclusivity part of there, obviously the I and all that. Started pushing this pride stuff, and it really came off like they were terrified of being accused of being transphobic by Reset era.
Like every major franchise and like almost every major franchise.
But also because at that point in time, around 2020, 2021, there was a proliferation of DI, ESG grants from the government and other capital funds, and they were probably leaning into that as well. Probably thought, hey, we can earn some points back with the modern audience mod.
And by the way, this is provable. This is provable. All you have to do is look at the before and after studio pictures and then look at the numbers. Like, look at the before and after studio pictures, bring up the numbers, and look at the trends over time of like how much money the game's made.
After us, and we can get some money from the government and these capital funds as well, which is funny to think about because also, like, who cares what Reset Era says? What a joke. But they did. And like I said, there was probably also some financial incentive because they figured they could also go after those grants and that funding while they try to appease the mob, the modern audience mob. And so even in 2026, they're still pushing that stuff, it seems. Pretty interesting when you actually take a look at how this all went down, though. But again, that's a really quick summary. I covered that in like 30-minute, much more detailed video about 2 years ago, like I said. But I figured I'd mention that really quick here at the end and possibly do a short follow-up. Not really a short follow-up, rather. A short video.
I'm going to explain this a little bit. Actually, let him finish and I'll explain something.
But as for now, I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the latest. I'll see you in the next one.
All right, it's another good video by Hero Hei, but let me explain this real quick, okay? So
they got accused of...
Let me try to explain to you like why gamers are mad. Okay? So we nerds, and I can say it because I've been a nerd my whole life. Listen, we were the people that were fucking bullied by everyone in school over our nerdy interests. Anime, video games, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Tabletop games, nerdy fantasy shit. That was us. That were getting shitted on constantly by people, right? And then they fucking infected our shit, took it over. Once it started to become more acceptable to be into those things, then they come in here with our shit and they try to completely change it into their image. And it was like that was our sanctuary, our refuge.
Who the fuck
and you guys are trying to fucking make it into something that it's not. You're fucking you're messing around with it. And you're taking all of our franchises that we love, Star Wars, Dragon Age, Dungeons and Dragons. I could go on and on. You guys have been taking, and when I say you guys, I mean these woke people, right? They take these things that we love, completely invert it into something that it's not. I was about to say just like their peepees, but you know. Anyway, they invert it into something completely fucked that is not what. And then now they're telling us to get out. Now they're telling us to get the fuck out. When this was our thing. This was our thing that everybody shitted on us for. This is why it's so irritating to us. Like, look what they did to Star Wars. They took our thing and they're like, you know what? All those characters, you like, fuck them. And like, you expect us to just be like, oh, okay. This is why all the gamers are pissed. This is why we're pissed. So what are people like you and us making games ourselves? We have been. But these fucks with their grants and their bullshit money, their fucking rainbow money, they take over companies with it. Because the incentive is perverse. Guys, everything, you can discover everything in this world, all right? Okay. I'm gonna say it again. I keep saying it, but you can discover the truth of the world if you understand these things. If you understand goal, incentive, and skill, and you take those things together, you can determine what anyone's gonna do. Incentive is the biggest one. If you just follow incentive, if you follow goal and incentive, then you could solve almost everything, right? So let me explain this to you in terms of the games, all right? Say there's government. The government's like, we'll give you free money if you have DEI and you like add a bunch of women and gays to your company, then we'll give you free money. Then like you think they're gonna be like, nah, we don't want free money? A lot of these companies, they're trying to make money. It's the point. It's a perverse incentive. Almost all of our problems in this world right now are due to a perverse incentive. That's what communism is. Communism is perverse incentive. That's what DEI is. DEI is perverse incentive.